I'm Heather and I play the violin. I grew up in Quincy, California, and I met the Phil when they used to come out and play. It was always the highlight of the year. And I started playing violin in elementary school. I started on fiddle music, which I learned by ear from a teacher who was out there in Quincy. And then I started coming to Reno to play with the Reno Phil Youth Orchestras when I was in 11th grade. So these days you might see me as violinist in the Reno Phil or as education director. And one of the things that we do is perform small group assemblies in schools. So I have a special guest with me today. This is my daughter, Emmy. So she's going to be my school assembly participant today. So when I play these assemblies, I always start with this piece, which is called Swallowtail Jig. And I do this to capture the attention of the listeners. And then afterwards, I open it up for questions to see if any of the students have any questions. And they usually have lots. So here we go. Without further ado, this is Swallowtail Jig. And I also tell the students when I'm playing that I learned this piece without any written music from my teacher. She would play some, I would play it back. She would play it, I would play it back. And there's never anything written down. But when we play pieces in the orchestra, we need to have it written down because it's so much more complex. So I tell students that when they learn to read music, it's kind of like a code, and they can use it to understand music that was written hundreds of years ago by people that they will never meet, and they can also use it to write their own things if they want. So here we go. Swallowtail Jig. Do we have any questions from the audience? I see a hand.
What's that piece about?
Well, it's about, it sounds a little bit like birds with the little trills that come in. Kind of sounds like a bird flying around in the air. What does it remind you of?
It kind of reminds me of fish and dolphins swimming around, and then they jump up in the air.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Do you have any other questions?
Someone does.
Oh, Officer Hops has a question. Go ahead.
Why do you play violin?
I play violin because I love my friends in the orchestra. I love all the different music. I love being able to play music from all over the world, things that were written hundreds of years ago, things that were written last year, things that haven't even been written yet that I will meet in the future. And all of those things put together have kept me playing violin for many, 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 many years. Thank you to everybody. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye. Stay safe.